in the trunk.
All right, last question, man. You were in an all-black gang when you were locked up in prison, and you were considered a race traitor.
Yes, sir.
You got caught selling weed while in college and sentenced to 2 years in prison. Talk about it.
Weed, and ecstasy. I had 12 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. My precinct now, I got kicked out of Purdue, and then I went to IUPUI in Indianapolis. Over 2 years had passed from the date of my arrest to when I went for sentencing. I became the student body president at IUPUI, meaning I got paid to attend college at an office versus the majority of the faculty had cubicles. The same dean at Purdue that had kicked me out became the dean of students at IUPUI and had to like honor me in front of the entire faculty and student body, which is pretty funny because when he kicked me out of Purdue, he's like, "You're never going to amount to anything in life." And then literally 2 years later, it was like, "Our new student body president." It was the greatest thing I ever did. I'm sitting at the table, me, him, my dad, my friend Steve. But yeah, in prison, everyone has to have a job. And I became, since I have the highest level of education, I became the GED instructor. It paid about 60 cents a day, which was the second highest paying job in the prison. I think, I don't remember what was above that. There was one job that was above that. If a prisoner got their GED, they got a 6-month time cut. So needless to say, like in GED class, I never had a worry in the world. Like I was very protected. Any student in the GED class then we're outside of class also made sure I was good. Like, you need anything off my commissary. You know, I learned a lot of these dudes really didn't know how to write. So like they would pay me to like, they would dictate letters to me and I'd write the letters to their girls and shit. And then there was 3 dudes in the class that were like clicked up in this gang called the Wolf Pack, and they wanted me to be in the Wolf Pack, and they're all black dudes. I think it was Kentrell, Miles, and Dwayne. And no, sorry, Dwayne, wait. Kentrell, Dwayne, who the fuck? And Miles, yeah, all right, and Miles. And dude, I got big, man. We worked out twice a day, 6 days a week. I came out of that motherfucker being able to bench like 270 and shit. Now I could probably hit 200 if I'm lucky. Like it's not the same, all these years later. But I only had a couple instances where like motherfuckers tried to press me and they held it down. But there was a couple times I had visits where like my parents would come, or like my girlfriend at the time, or friends, and like white dudes that were in the Aryan Brotherhood would try to like, oh, how's my man doing today? And like be all cute and shit. And like a member of the Wolfpack would always be in the visitation room at the same time and like run up on them and like get down while I'm sitting there. And I have to tell my parents, like, you don't have to worry about it. Or my friends, you don't have to worry about it. Like, they're just fucking like trying to be funny and be cute. But like, there was times where, I'd fucking purposely wouldn't sleep at night because for the first month I'm in RDC, which is 23-hour day lockdown. It's you and a cellie. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility, where I spent the next 5 months, it's like bays, and the bays are open. There's no cells. So like anyone from another bay could just run up on you.
Oh shit.
So like I slept with like the lock and a sock type shit. But no one ever ran up on me in my sleep, but it's like having that level of protection was good. And even after I got out of prison, I still wrote the dudes because like felons aren't supposed to be able to write other felons. So I'd write under a pseudonym, put money on their books and shit here and there, like $50 every couple weeks. And I hung out with Miles and Dwayne, like after they were released too. Like me and Miles and these 2 chicks went on a double date one time and shit in the real world. It was wild. Miles came to one of my shows and brought her to Indianapolis.
That's dope, man. Wow. So like before you joined them, right? The Wolfpack, was the Aryan Brotherhood trying to get you to join them?
No.
None of the white gangs?
That's another funny thing about it. Like I was never even approached, and I'm glad I wasn't approached. I think they knew like, this dude must be Jewish or something, like check out his nose. But I was never approached by it. It was just a race thing. Like, but sometimes they can convert, like if I would have been around in World War II, dude, I would have been one of the people that would have died. Like I would have never denounced Judaism to conform to like, the Nazi regime. And I wouldn't denounce my Judaism just for, you know, I was sentenced to 2 years prison, and in Indy, 1 day counts as 2. When my case went up for appeal and I got out like after 5.5 months. So it's like, I never looked at it like my life was in danger to the point where it was denouncing something I would have regret for my whole life.
Right.
And I didn't look at any of the white dudes like a fucking factor. There was plenty that were bigger than me. But it's like, dog, when you want to fight someone, none of that shit matters. Like, none of that shit matters in the moment. It's about how bad you want it.
What was your main takeaway from being in prison during that time, though?
That I don't want to be back here. Like, if I'm gonna keep living how I'm living, like, tighten the fuck up, or just lead a wholly different life path. Like, literally, when I got arrested, I had a QP of weed on me, and then they came back and searched my dorm, and they didn't find shit. But I went to jail and I got bonded out, and I owed a dealer money. And literally, I didn't even wait till the morning. Like, dude, I got back to my dorm. I got the money. I got on a bike, which was crazy because it was a stolen bicycle. And they arrested, in my book, they arrested one of my friends that had a stolen bike ring. It came from his bike ring. And I went to the dealer's house. Now, I didn't think I was being followed, but in the event I was, I like went through lawns and shit. And I dropped the shit off like on the side of his house and like, you know, sent him a text the next day, like, hey, I put the money here type shit. And that was the last time the dude ever dealt with me. Like, I stopped doing drugs after that. I stopped dealing drugs. I remember I called him on my birthday a few months later because I wanted to get some acid. And I was going to go see Bob Dylan in concert. And I had me and these 2 chicks and bring them back to the room and fuck both chicks. And that was nice, you know, since I hadn't been out in a hot minute. Like, my dad would usually come visit me during the week, the weekends, to make sure I was like, you know, like not doing dumb shit. But he did not that weekend. But they said in court, they're like, you acted like a fucking Teflon Don. Like, you'd been out for fucking 10 minutes. We see you riding around fucking doing God knows what. I'm like, I'm glad I was going through those yards. Like, because I could have fucking potentially put other people in harm's way. And I didn't roll over on anyone. I didn't snitch. The dude who had the stolen bike ring that got picked up, the guy who had the coke ring got picked up. Like, and we all did our time, man.
Right. Yo, so there was nobody else that was not black in the wolf pack. You were like the only member that was.
I was the one white guy. There's 4 people, 3 blacks, and me.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy, man.
One of the guys that was shit talking me one time, it was about some weights. Like, in the morning, you go out to the fucking your rec yard and throw like a belt over the machine you want or something. And then you go back to sleep, and then they don't let you go out for another couple hours after breakfast. But like, I had my shit on there first, and he like knocked off and put his on there. So we almost got into it. But then he realized like I was a GED instructor and I could write these letters and did that. I saw him at a gym downtown in Indy like a month after we had both gotten out. And he walked up on me, and it's like, you don't know what to expect because like we had static. And he was cool to me. He was like, good to see you out, man. I'm like, yeah, you too, bro. Crazy world. Like, you know. But there was no wolf pack there in that scenario to hold it down for me.
All right, M80. Man, I just want to thank you again for your time, bro. Is there anything else you want to say to the people before we wrap it up?
Believe it or not, there's still people out there in the world who have not yet bought my book. And that's highly unfortunate because it's the greatest hip hop read you're ever going to have. You can do that by clicking the link in my bio on Instagram at AlmightyM80. Now, for those of you who can't afford the book, you can download it for free digitally. I'm nice like that. I wanted people to read it. It's not about your money. You know, I do fine. I made almost 2 G's while talking to Panda Chop. Had nothing to do with Panda Chop. But tune into Panda Chop. Watch my interview and watch all the other interviews he does so we can make all the money. And then Panda Chop can do interviews where he's talking to artists and executives while eating a seafood platter himself. But until he gets seafood platter money, he needs your support. So keep on supporting good people at home. This has been M80 signing off. Thank you.